Greetings, everybody, and welcome to episode 99. Can't believe it's 99 of the Sickcast, aka the Siblings in Cardboard podcast. I'm your host, Donnie, joined by my buddies, Noah and Thomas. Whether you're a veteran card gamer or a first timer just testing the waters, we are all Siblings in Cardboard. Gentlemen, it has been entirely too freaking long since the last time we talked.
Yeah, like a whole set.
I swear I can hear Donnie. Like, he's here, right?
Yeah, it's almost... I'm here in spirit. I've been here in spirit this whole time, lurking in the background. I've skipped 2 sets now. I mean, I did not touch High Seas at all, and I have not touched anything from Super Slam at all yet.
Well, Super Slam just came out,
etc., etc.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm just saying I haven't done anything with it yet. I'm gonna try. Pleiades looks freaking cool as crap.
Pleiades, looks fun.
We'll talk about her in a second. I don't necessarily have positive things to say about her yet.
I mean, it's a new hero, but I mentioned in our chat, in our like Discord chat, that Pleiades speaks to the bard in me, because that's always my character in D&D. That's I like playing charisma classes, and just the idea of being on stage strumming that axe, bro.
Axe hammer.
Yeah.
It's both an axe and a hammer. So, Flesh and Blood wise, just cut to top 8 for the league that means nothing. So, I'm a second seed with Dash.io.
Heck yeah.
So, should be playing my game. I don't think I'm going to play this weekend. Luckily, we have a long time to schedule it because my first round, he's like super busy and in Europe. So, it's really hard to schedule that. I don't want to schedule in the middle of the night for either of us, considering it's the top 8 game. But excited about that. Also been playing... I know if we go back in past episodes, I just kind of like dog on Reviled KO. And that's all I've been playing the past week. Like, I've played probably like 20 or 30 games and watched another like 90 games played on that one hero.
Good gracious.
My first impression was wrong. I think I get to do a stream with the card guys tomorrow. So when this episode airs, it'll be like 3 days in the past. But tomorrow on Monday, with RKO as our subject. And I'll tell you, the first time you throw Blue Nimby as a 1-card 6, it kind of like makes you feel good. You get good feelies when you have just 1-card 6s and 1-card 8s all over your deck.
For those of us who aren't sure what you're talking about.
Well, RKO's hero power says pay 4 and tap him, and it puts the base attack up to 6. Blue Nimby is a 0-cost 1 that says search for Nimblism out of your deck. So if you either have a Tunic counter or a Floating Vigor token, you throw the Blue Nimby, and you get the Nimblism out, and you activate RKO, and you bump it up to 6. So it's literally just a 1-card 6 if you have a Vigor token or a Tunic counter.
Is the reaction
pretty good?
And a reaction step? Like, can you do that?
No, it's an instant. So, like, you could try to, like...
even better.
you can't even, like, face Purgatory out of his hand. He's going to get you with it. But it's not even tricky or anything. If KO throws a Blue Nimby at you, and he's got a card in hand, or...
You know it's going up to 6.
You're gonna see him get the Blue Nimblism, and he's got a resource floating. Like
you know it's
coming. 6.
Yeah.
The point of it though is that I just threw my blue card at you that I used to pitch for other things. I just threw it at you for 6. My blue nothing card just got 6 points of value. I also shuffled my deck, which can be pretty important sometimes.
Okay,
That's
so
actually
does
crazy.
RKO have like a really stupidly strong in-game then?
Yes. That's part of the appeal, is that all of these like crappy blues now all come in for 6. And eventually, even if you're playing some like really tanky like deck that doesn't just want to like give up the game, eventually you could go, okay, I'm going to start rolling scabs, and the first time I get 2 action points, I'm going to fork you. You don't know which one's going to become 6. Will it be the first one or the second one? another card that just came out of the set, Mocking Blow. It comes in for 1, and if you've been booed, it gets plus equal to its color. So at red, it's +4, yellow +3, blue +2. So at red, if you're higher life, it boos, and it goes up to 5, and you make a Vigor token. So it's a 1-card 5 plus a Vigor token, unless you already have a Vigor token and a blue. And then it turns into a 2-card 10 plus a Vigor token. 2-card 10 plus Vigor token is pretty good. It's like really good. Those aren't even those aren't even the nastiest play lines. Like there are other play lines that are even better. Another card I absolutely dogged on Outside Interference, and now I'm just like
I remember because I thought that card was crazy good.
It's still, we're abusing Mandible Claw to like make it better. So it's still Mandible Claw abuse, which may go away very soon. Though it's still good even without Mandible Claw. But it's literally the only time we give Mandible Claw go again in the whole deck. Like, again, to explain, Outside Interference is a 3-for-6 blue 0 block that says discard it, get a card from your sideboard and put it into your hand. So you swing the claw, discard it, and then you get Big Bully. And then again, if you have a Vigor...
It has to be reviled,
though, It has to be reviled, yes.
Yeah, it has to be reviled. Yeah, because if it was any card, it'd be there. Oh, wild.
Yes, it has to be a reviled attack action, specifically.
Yeah.
So there's some limitations on what you can grab.
I was more reacting to the Mandible Claws are probably going to be going soon. Are you talking about like in PQ season? Because there was not a good conversion at the event over the weekend.
We could talk about that. That's why I said supposedly. And there's also some other weirdness hovering around Mandible Claw that we'll talk about. But that was like one of our topics that we were going to talk about today. We should probably talk about the actual cost of these new cards now that they have real prices on TCG Player. Because I need to buy 3 Outside Interferences and 3 Overcrowdeds. Man, that card's nuts, by the way.
I think a lot of players are going to be pretty happy with some of the changes in Super Slim. So Super Slim, I think, debuted at a pretty high price. Usually most of these sets do. I think Super Slim has already kind of started trickling down from its initial. I know a lot of places are about $450, $480 on pre-orders, things of that nature. You can get a box of Super Slam. Going back to where I was, because it's one of the highest selling things right now. $82 and a case for hold on, let me make sure this is in Japanese, because it does.
Wait, you can get a box for 82
and a case for $339.93.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's really weird. Why is it so undervalued?
So this set might have been a higher distro or a higher print release in the US than it was for High Seas. It might have been that the heroes didn't have initial splash or an initial kind of reaction, I guess, that people wanted. I don't know. There's a lot of product already being open and kind of flooding. The prices are quite reasonable for most of these things. So let's jump into that.
Really quick, just to mention about like total set price. I know like most people, if you bought like the full set from like Hamal for this set, you lost money. You could have bought like pre-sale prices the entire set and spent less money than you did getting a master set from Hamal, which is like the first time ever. He's like almost always cheaper. And this time he was notably more expensive.
This is an awkward set, though. I don't want to compare this to Bright Lights because I think the expansion slot cards, but I think that if you're not a Brute or a Guardian gamer, because this feels Bright Lightsy to me, you're buying expansion slot singles and moving on. Do you know what I mean? Because your expansion slot's whatever you want, and then you're getting Authority of Ataya because that card is completely bonkers and everybody's crying about it, and we can talk about that as well. I have to buy a Fable to play the game. Not really. But maybe. But we'll jump right in. Let's start with some positives. First and foremost, New Horizons is a $14 card. That's a positive.
What?
The reprint of New Horizons that came out of Super Slam is a $14 card. That is correct.
But no
Your
one plays
Tales
it.
of Aria Legendary. Well, I mean, not yet, but if it was, it's accessible. The cold foil has plummeted down to $70 from Tales of Aria. The rainbow foil is $80. So that is the lowest it's been in history.
Wow.
Warmonger's Diplomacy is a $36 card from Dusk Till Dawn if you like the art of Bolton being there. And if you don't care what the art looks like, it's $27 out of Super Slam. Welcome to reality, Warmonger's Diplomacy.
I might buy a set of cold foils. How much is the cold foil?
You're talking from the
new
Super
set.
Slam. Okay, hold on.
Let's go back. Cold foils expensive.
They're $80 because they're EAs.
Man, that's actually
yeah.
So okay, the cold foil EA is cheaper than the peak price of what it
Warmongers.
was.
Yes, that is correct.
I feel like it should be that way, though.
100%.
The bling should be more expensive.
100%.
Like, the playable copies are where they should be, or we're getting closer to where they should be, and you should, if you want the bling, you should have to pay for the bling.
Yeah, I'm just noting that the bling is cheaper than what the standard card was just 2 metas ago.
Oh, I misunderstood you then.
Yeah, they used to be like $90 to $100 per Warmongers when they were very popular. And then they slowly lost a little bit of their use case. Like, especially when Viscerai went away, right? But now
they're like topped out at like 76.
I thought it was more expensive than that, but still, like them, like an extended art cold foil reprint should be way more than the peak price of the non-foil original should have ever been. So that's surprising. Good though. Warmonger should have never been that expensive.
Another big win that we can talk about for Super Slam. If you want a Felling of the Crown that has flavored text and a little tree moniker or emblem on it, it's still $25. But if you don't care, it's $10. $12 technically with shipping from Super Slam. $12 from Super Slam. Yep, right now. Boom, $12. You can get Felling of the Crown.
Dude, wow. It is very clear that they printed this card into oblivion. Like, I opened 3 of them in my limited amount of cards that I opened. I didn't even open a case worth of cards, and I got 3. I got a full play set.
So, on that same line, if you want a Plow Under with a tree emblem on it, although, weirdly enough, the Plow Under doesn't look any different from the 2, minus the tree, where Felling got bigger text and lost the flavor text. Plow Under is $9 from Rosetta. That's right, down to $9. And Plow Under in Super Slam is a $6 card. Bam. That is a $6 Majestic. Welcome to reality, Earth users.
Which is wild because Florian and Verdance are both very good right now.
They are.
Okay.
I have another one of the comparisons. Flick Knives from Outsiders was reprinted in Super Slam. That's right. Art looks really cool in Super Slam. Got the extended art treatment too. So the extended art's probably pretty bumping. $50 for Outsiders Rainbow Foils. If you want the Flick Knives from Super Slam, $25. I don't know where the extended art is because I can't see it on TCG Player.
So there is a EA shiny version of the new one?
There is an EA cold foil version of the
TCG Player makes it look like people are selling it for $38, which is surprising. Man, I opened the extended art Flick Knives. It's nice. It is definitely like if you're running a Flick Knives and Ninja, it feels way better. That is your Ninja Flick Knives.
Okay.
More thematic,
Not everything.
I guess. That makes sense.
Not everything's going down. I'm just going to mention it in passing. I think Censor's still $30. So, we still got that going on for us. People like their Censors. I think Prismatic Leyline is still $22, $25. So Gravies, you got to figure out your game. A lot of your allies, though, got cheaper, which is really nice. Your boats are pretty cheap, too. So you're doing okay, Gravy. It's not too bad. Scowling Fleshbag. Nobody should be surprised about this. It's up to $80 and climbing, and that's due to the increased popularity of KO. I think just in tandem, the boots probably are up there as well. And then, well,
there's
the boots
4
are not
brutes
up
playing
there.
Scowling Fleshbag, by the way. If you don't even
Right.
include Leviah, so 5. There's 5 legal brutes right now. Because we've never had a brute LL.
So definitely keep a lookout for your brute staples. We'll get into the gloves, the new gloves versus Apex Bone Breakers, since depending on what brute you're playing, you might not be playing the gloves. The boots are still around 40, 45, so your scabs haven't gone up too crazily yet. But definitely that. So Imposing Visage continues to go up. It's above $20 now, kind of in line with the Pleiades. Pretty much really needed. Maybe the other Guardians kind of using it, but I think Pleiades is mainly the one that's bringing that up. I think that hero is fun. Definitely something to keep your eyes on. Balance of Justice continues to go up again. In fact, there is literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 listings on TCG Player. There's only 1 rainbow foil for 165, and then you have to buy a cold foil at 211. Okay, you don't have to. But if you wanted to buy it on TCG Player and click the button and check out with our affiliate links, by the way, that I know work because I used them myself.
If you buy Balance of Justice, please click the affiliate link. That's
yeah, just click it. That's free real estate.
I mean, we'll literally hear the cash register sound when it happens. The card's expensive.
I made a pretty sizable purchase when I used it, so I mean, I just wanted to make sure it worked, and I think we checked in it and it figured itself out. So. The links will always be in the comments of both the Pack Crack videos and this video. Look at that. Took the time, still got the affiliate links in. All you gotta do is click the link, seriously, and check out. But cold foil starts at 215, 215, and rainbow foil at 165. There should be no surprise there. Just as there should be no surprise that once again, Riches of Tropal Donnie continues to be brought out. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think this is more of fable hoarding, which is probably why they need to figure out if they're ever going to do common fables. That's a tough one, but they should do like maybe a gem pack, a history pack, something. I don't know how they're going to figure this out. But Riches is 374 right now and climbing. That card has eclipsed all initial. I mean, it's crazy.
I told everyone, I'm like, this is going to be as expensive as Iovidia. It's the most usable fable ever printed.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. So, I definitely had to get one for my Marlin, and it hurt. Along the lines, the new fable, Authority of Ataya, is a $210 currently rainbow foil. This is another very usable, just in case anybody's not sure what this does. This is another blue fable that is generic, and it just says when this is pitched, defense reaction cards cost opponents an additional 1 to play this turn. It is pretty dang good if you catch your opponent with a D-react in their hand or their arsenal. So Dart players obviously really like it.
It's fine. I think it's a very fair card. You're putting a bad card into your deck to try to like counteract your opponent's defensive game plan, which is fine.
There's an exchange. And then let's go look at some Super Slam cards. Let's just kind of take a look at the general idea of what's the high to low on some things. Pleiades is the most expensive Marvel. It should not be surprising. I think Pleiades is a crowd favorite, followed by Tough Nut, who I think is also a very crowd favorite. The gloves are 72. The Tyrannical Rex gloves are 72. So sitting there is the highest price rainbow foil legendary. Then Iron Fist Revelations at 32. Some of the Olympia Marvel pieces are around 65, 45. These are the cold foil Majestics, I think, the boots to boards and all that. Mm-hmm. So those are pretty expensive.
The cold foil pieces from the Armory deck.
Yes, the cold foil Pleiades pieces from the Armory deck. But let's get to some Majestics. So Cries of Encore, about $9. Overcrowded, $8. Snag, $9. That was another one I forgot to tell you guys was another one dropping down. So no more $30 Crucible of War. Can't even buy that in stores. Snag, $9. Outside Interference, $6. Very fair. Light Up the Leaf, $7. So a lot of these Majestics, these expansion slot Majestics, very affordable and big impact on the game. Man, we're already down to $2, and I haven't even seen some of these ones. So that means Kasai's must not be that expensive either. Beat of the Iron Song's only $1.44, so Dory players, not too bad. Catch of the Day, $1.48, Marlin Ranger players. Just Marlin. Tempest Palm Gust Wave, $2. So not too bad. Majority of these Majestics and super rares, very affordable. The charms are less than $1. So I think that's really what's driving the price of Super Slam down is the cards are very abundant. I think that the pull rates are pretty good. I think the set was very heavy with supers and Majestics, and it needed to have a higher pull rate. So I feel the upper echelon of EAs and cold foils will still carry some value, but it should equal out. The set will eventually have a glow up once the heroes become a little bit more viable and they smooth the decks out and there's certain cards you need or don't need. I think it'll drive some of these staples up or some of the more expensive things. So that's pretty much the kind of a take on that. And then just some other notable things. Loan Shark is $30. That card's pretty crazy. Yeah, I know it's wild because I sold them and now I have to get them back for Marlin. Syndra is one of the most bought Marvels right now, and we'll talk about why that might be. And the only thing I have is a couple things. Send Packing continues to get value up, which we talk as one of the pretty quintessential brute cards. That's the Arsenal hate. The yellow one, when this attacks the hero, banish a card from their arsenal. When the chain link resolves, if this didn't hit, they return it to their owner's hand. So it is more Arsenal hate for brutes. And lastly, before we get into some results, this card from Welcome to Wraith is a common. It is being widely bought. We talk about this card all the time, and those underhanded cheats that don't read it and do their effect. Pummel is a $3 common from Welcome to Wraith, as people buy it in mass. Don't ask me why.
Pummel's not good.
Yeah, people
like
love
we all
Pummel,
flirt with wanting it, but unless it's on a Command and Conquer that's like blowing your opponent out, like it's very average. Most good players, when they see you play a card in Float 2, they're just like, I don't care. Hit me with the Pummel, dog. I'm just gonna like. You only got 3 of them, man. And if that's your whole deck's built around making this curve work, once you get to the 3rd Pummel, like your deck has no teeth. Why is it $3?
It's a Welcome to Wraith
When's
card.
the last time it was printed?
You could still find History Pack in random places. Like
and some of the extended arts and stuff. Well, the alternate arts, I should say.
Dude, the singles prices for this set blow my mind. Some of these cards are so pushed on power level, and yet they are still only like $3. Like Reckless Stampede, like one of the best new cards that KO got, is $2.58.
I think Hunted, very low print, very low allocation problem. High Seas, higher, kind of where they wanted to be. I think they maybe pushed the envelope a little too hard with Super Slam, but they also have a lot of supporting things, so I think they just wanted it to be out there, out and about. I do think Super Slam has a sort of a heavy hitters-esque shelf life where it'll have to just get better in time. Heavy Hitters is also a very cheap sort of set to buy as a case or a box. It just doesn't have a lot of kind of ready-to-go oomph out of it, where I think Super Slam kind of does, but the heroes really haven't shown themselves with at least the first initial performance from this past weekend, which I got to watch a lot of it. And I did see a Pleiades, didn't go very well, but none of the new heroes were in the top 8. Not surprising, though.
Okay, so to be fair, there was 1 Lyeth, 1 RKO. Can't remember how many Tough Nuts there were.
I can try and find that.
In the event or in day 2?
In the event.
Well, it was the release weekend, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So
card availability is probably a factor.
okay.
True.
Do we want to just like immediately address the elephant of the room that the deck we all thought was going to be like crazy only got an 11% conversion rate in the day 2? Okay.
Yeah.
So KO. We all thought he was going to be crazy. And by all means, with the addition of like somewhere between 6 and 9 Buck Wilds for very consistent go again, and a whole bunch of swing bigs that he could just fit into his deck, he basically trimmed all these like suboptimal cards that he had in his deck. He even got his blue base even improved. But he had an abysmal day 2 rate. I think that he's still good. I think that a hero who has this clear illusion that they're strong are going to attract more players, and the people who are specialists will stick to their guns regardless, and you're going to see a really poor conversion rate for people who maybe only have a handful of games on the format with the deck, or the deck isn't optimized because it's literally the first weekend that the cards are legal, and you just have poor performance overall. I don't see, after seeing the math of this deck, how it's not powerful. There's not enough disruption to disrupt him. He still has like the best fridge in the game. I think this might be a fluke. Like, because we said this, which year did we say about this in the past too? Syndra. Like, oh man, Syndra looks great. And then she has this terrible conversion rate. And we're like, oh, Syndra's terrible. And then for some reason, she just keeps being popular and actually, if you look at all the stats over a long period of time, she is a very good hero. Like, she isn't. I mean, she's insane, but
she's not. What's his face? And I can't think of his name right.
She's not Fi.
Yeah, she's not
Fi, but she's not.
She's not like Stubby's Fi or anything. But
Tiger. Why can't I think of his name?
Zen. Oh God,
okay.
no.
It's not.
No
Zen,
one's Zen.
But Syndra has a very good plan, has very good width. And from watching the past weekend, I mean, there was 29 Syndras total. 2 in the top 8, 3 in the top 8. Can't remember. I think it was at least 2.
Right.
Had a good gravy.
Field.
So the field overall: 44 KOs, 42 Florians, 29 Syndras, 28 Gravies, 22 Verdances. Pretty much I guess minus Syndra, but she's Agrodexter up there. That's pretty much the field we saw. 15 Fangs, 15 Iris, 13 Kasai's, 9 Kanos, which were out and about doing their thing. 8 Arachne Marionettes, 8 Dorinthias, 8 Acilios, 7 Pleiades, 6 Vincets, 5 Dash-IOs, 5 Jarls, 5 Reinhardts, which some of them did some disgusting things. 5 Riptides, 5 Victors, who casted some crazy homes. 4 Arachnes, 4 Prisms, 3 Arachne Huntsmen. 4 Arachne Slippy, 4 Prisms, 3 Arachne Huntsmen, 3 Reviled KOs, from what I'm looking at. Yes, 3 Valdas, 2 Levias. Yeah, 3 Revileds, 3 Valdas, 2 Levias, 2 Marlins, 2 Puffins, 1 Betsy. Oh, all right. 1 Katsu and 1 Lion.
I'm pretty sure the Betsy went 0-3 drop, and so did the Lion.
Hey, when you show up on Betsy, you get a couple points for style.
But can you imagine traveling, paying the entry fee,
and
if you're registering a local Betsy for the event?
Come on, if you're local, you go there. You go there and you show up and you show out on your hero.
You don't like go to your restaurant that's like 5 minutes away and like be like, oh, I only had to drive a few minutes. I don't mind if the food's cold. Like,
if that's what you want to play,
how about you just warm up some chicken tenders for me? Mexican restaurant, that sounds good.
if that's what you want to play, that's what you want to play.
I will not knock people for playing the deck they want to play. You could play the deck that you enjoy and have fun with. If you sit down across from your opponent and you have a great time playing with Betsy, then by all means, that's fine. But man, I don't know if you had a great time when you 0-3 dropped, unless you literally had a troll deck that's just full of like really bad cards on purpose just to be funny. Maybe you just wanted the promos and you didn't have time to even stay for the whole weekend. So you just showed up with Betsy with a handful of legal cards. Okay.
I think the 3 Acct Huntsman's actually pretty surprising. That's 3 more than I thought anybody would ever bring. But
I don't know what his conversion rate
Arachne
was,
got a new card.
But yeah, he did. Okay. So yeah, KO had a pretty low conversion rate. He was the largest representation in the room, so it is usually expected that the conversion rate will never be greater than like 50-ish%, right? Because that means the KOs are going to bump into each other, and also like the wider the group of a deck is, usually the specialists are going to come in and take a few games off that group, right? So you're going to see, you're going to see them lose some games and not quite make it to day 2. But 11% is still really low. However,
now
there was a KO second seed.
So tell me about the matchups with the rest of the field, like the Verdances, the Syndras, the Gravies. How is that? How do we expect the KO matchup to be with those guys?
I think he feels pretty good in everything. For KO? No, I don't think so. Like, he's okay into basically everything, right? Maybe he struggles a little bit into Gravy because he has to give up so much value into clearing stuff, and like a lot of his go again eats cards out of his deck, so it's actually possible for him to run out of legitimate threats. Does he struggle into Syndra? Maybe. He does have a huge fridge, and Fleshbag is a crazy card.
I mean, there was only one game that I think that was, well, I mean, I guess this is in Swiss, of a KOV Gravy, and it seemed pretty Gravy dominated. There was some awkward draws and things of that nature, and I feel like KO is a deck that can miss, can blunder, can have things not line up. Get your power cards when you've got allies to clear, and you're like, oh, this would have been good, before all this was on the board. It just feels clunky. But I also think that KO's ceiling is crazy. I think his ceiling's always been good. And I think that his ceiling is even better with these cards. And it might just be a first weekend, opening weekend. It might be testing out different things. People might have seen all these new brute cards and said, oh, this is this, rather than just going for a very just bare nose beat down type of style, and just faces the place. So I think there's a lot of refining that's going to go from this. I think this is another Syndra by surprise victory, to be quite fair. I think Syndra's never been bad, but I think Syndra is just the queen of breakpoints and turn extension, and awkward damage. And I think that's really why there was 29 Syndras, and Syndra seemed to have a pretty stellar performance. And Gravy, obviously, I don't think he's lost a stride at all watching him without Tipples. I think the deck looks a little more relaxed in some of the early parts, and you've got to work towards that board. But it didn't feel bad at all. I mean, it felt like it was still firing on all cylinders.
They slowed him down by which is approximately 3 turns over the course of the whole game.
Which felt good. I mean, it felt fair.
So if you used to think
were good,
a Tipple generally drew you 6 cards because they lost 2 colors of Tipple, so that's a turn and a half. And then if it made 6 gold, that's another turn and a half, right? So, of course, over the course of the full game, those 6 Tipples result in about 3 hands worth of cards that they get to cycle and work through, including getting, their allies out of their hands. But he still is a board presence hero, and he's good at punishing misplays or like stumbles. Any hero that can do that is going to be fine, especially in the hands of a specialist. So
I think the real top 2, or
I could read off the top 8. Yeah. So we had Gravy Bones as first seed, KO as second seed, Rhinar is third, Syndra is fourth, Gravy Bones is fifth. Verdance. Her name just left my mind. I wanted to say Vincent. Verdance is 6th seed, Syndra is 7th seed, and Florian is 8th seed. we had a couple of notable heroes that were just barely out. A Mario bubbled at 9th. A Acilio bubbled at 10th. And
Acilio looked good.
Okay, just to read off a few more notables, we had a Kasai at 16th, a Dash IO at 17th, and I think our Victor that we followed quite a bit through the tournament, he ended up going 8-4. He was 30th. We had another couple smattering heroes. We had 2 Kanos, one at 21st and 22nd. So if you're looking at kind of like the people cashing out in the calling, it is like you see a good bit of Gravies, a good bit of Syndras, which is interesting. They clash each other, right? So it's interesting to see them so well represented. But you also just see a lot of notable names like in those top tables, like CYK Lionel, Jacob Clements, Michael Feng. Let's see, Motohiro, I think we've seen a few times. Justin Q, who was our first seed Gravy going into top 8. We've seen him quite a bit. He's actually really entertaining to watch because he always pops off when he wins. But overall, really entertaining calling. And it was really fun to watch some of this new meta pop up, even though we didn't see any representation of the new heroes. Currently DOA, unfortunately.
Yeah. The one time Pleiades did play, it was against I want to say it was against a Guardian, another Guardian, but I can't remember it. But it was a very tough match, and then the Pleiades did end up losing. That deck's going to take some refining. I mean, I think it does some really fun things. They threw a CNC for free. When you have to, what happens next? It's pretty cool. So I mean, there are some really cool things that can be done with that. But again, I think Syndra and Gravy might be 2 of the most top decks in their respective kind of board control and aggro. I think KO is probably just as good, but I think Syndra has a better ally clearing plan than KO, unless your turns are real hot. You don't have to throw a big go again wild ride into an ally or something to that nature, where Syndra can just throw a 4 go again and still end with snatch to face. I mean, there's a lot of things that Syndra can do to a Gravy to threaten cards from hand as well as field. So the game felt good from both those. And I wouldn't even say one's particularly favored because the Syndra looked like they were dogging Gravies for a while, and then all of a sudden Gravy plays from literally a 20 life deficit and comes back. So I mean, it was crazy to watch the last 2 games, which was literally Syndra v Gravy, Syndra v Gravy, which was wild because we almost had a Syndra v Syndra final, which I think would have been way less interesting
than the
final game that we got. That game was impeccable, and just when we thought the Syndra was going to lose, I mean, it was literally the only card, the best card, to close it out, which was the Art of whatever. The one that deals 2 preventable damage or 2 damage to when it attacks. Art of Fireblood, Art of Fire.
But also the previous match, the Gravy got the Murderous Rabble. Like that was like the only card that did what he needed to do. It came in for 3 go again. Ugh.
And it was off of a blind top 2. He gambled. He like it was crazy. It was literally 2 of the most amazing games of Flesh and Blood. I mean, everybody in the chat was losing it because it was just so entertaining to watch those 2 games, and it felt great. I mean, it felt fair, it felt fun, it felt good.
So I think my favorite moment in the calling was the Victor versus Florian game, and you'd think that'd be really boring, but it was so exciting because the Florian goes, "All right, I'm going to germinate, make a bunch of rune chants," and Victor's like, "That's cool. How about 19 might tokens?"
19 might tokens. He Miller's Grindstone for 23, and because I was watching it, and the chat was like, "Wake me up when this is over," and I was like, "Wait a minute, I'm interested," because I'm thinking, how does Victor win this? I think the rune I feel like Florian should win that, and Victor said, "Wait till you see these homes. I've never seen so many gold. I've never seen so many gold tokens on one side of the board in my life." I mean, it was wild.
Dude, he's like, "I got daddy's money." Like, these rune chants don't mean nothing.
It was crazy. That was a really fun game. Really surprised by Victor's performance. And I think one of the pretty much kind of up there too. I mean, I know Florian, I think is still the better Guardian, but Victor feels good.
I think that's generally unfavored for Victor. So it is pretty impressive to watch him just like navigate that matchup perfectly and dunk it.
All right, next question from me. What was the actual hero diversity like in day 2? Like,
Yeah.
I know that there was a lot. Like, how many different heroes were in contention up until the last few moments? Like, top 16, how many different heroes?
Okay, I can tell you what top 16 is. Gravy, KO, Rhinar, Verdance, Florian, Mario, Acilio, Kasai is where you cut off at 16. If you want to go to like top 32, I think I have that list. Dash IO is at 17th. And then
like
Kano, another Mario, Fang, and then Victor. I think I stop at top 30 with my list. Yeah. I didn't see the last two. But
That feels
decent.
pretty
So
good.
yeah, it's
Any
okay.
of those could have been in contention.
Yes, they were all
With
8-4.
yeah.
And by the way, the top 8, there were 2 9-3s. So yes, those were all 8-4s, and top 8 had 2 9-3s. So they were, a lot of them were in contention all the way up to the last game.
Meta feels good.
That seems pretty good.
I mean, you got a warrior, you got 2 warriors in there, both dual wields, but you got 2 warriors in there. Acilio looked amazing. I watched an Acilio v. I mean, just blew the Syndra. I mean, that was the most.
Acilio is one of those decks like, man, how's this deck not winning all the time? And then you watch it when it just like doesn't fight any Donnie in a flashes, and you're like, oh.
Now I know why
where's
it doesn't
Justin when you
win.
need him?
Man.
Verdance was another feast or famine. I felt like Verdance had a very bad showing on stream. They called it the Majin curse the whole time. It was really funny.
I was listening to that. That was funny.
I was enjoying it. But a lot of Verdances making some awkward plays or awkward sideboarding or bringing in different packages against aggro, like
Yeah, the
healing
Majin
potion
was
pack.
just outright bashing about someone bringing in rampant growth versus a ninja. He's like, this is what happens when you put rampant growth in versus a ninja.
Yeah, it was a rough outing, but I still think Verdance is also, again, like the top feels good. You got a Fang, Kasai, Dio, Victor, Acilio. That's some good depth where you're not just going, oh, it's gravy, or oh, it's Enigma,
Still a lot of
it's
gravy.
new. You know what I mean?
A lot of gravy,
Still
a lot of
gravy.
Goes
syndrome.
in.
So
But it feels pretty open. Your PQ season, you're definitely going to have a wide array to test on. I think there's some viableness out there. You can't just sleep on some of these other decks. Test your Kasais, test your Dios,
I mean,
test
if your
test
locals,
your Ocilios.
if your local area has a lot of gravies, Kasai is traditionally quite good into gravy. Her new card, especially, just like when she gets an ally out, it's just so dog for gravy because your ally costs you nothing to put out, and it just eats up everything. That's not chum. So. Okay. So what's next in Flesh and Blood? PQ season, right? PQ season literally starts next weekend. I think I'm going to
There's
go
also
out to
another
Alabama.
Calling, I think, next weekend too, or something else next weekend as well.
There's like we have, so the cutoff for winning a PTI for Worlds, because I was talking with someone about this earlier, is I think calling Houston, which is 2 weekends from now. I think that's like the last possible time you could win and use that as your way to get into Worlds. But we're going right into ProQuest Yokohama. It's going to be kind of an unsettled meta. There are chances of mid-season Living Legend, right? If Florian or KO or Kano all go through some kind of weird tear in the first 2 weeks, they could all hit Living Legend. Man, how nice would it be for Kano to finally hit Living Legend?
If Kano actually goes, that means that Ocilio and Verdance feast. Because everybody will drop their AB, and that's not...
It's a different
that's
kind of an
Yes
AB.
and no. I think it's like you don't need
it-
to run Oasis for Spite. You don't need to like make sure your deck has that extra 2 or 3 blues for your blue
Right.
ratio.
Because you're gonna get Blazing Aether
I think
or
it's
Aether Wildfire.
also they could probably print some like more mean wizard cards, generic wizard cards. They don't have to like gate them to earth or lightning.
Yeah.
So
It'll
we
be
could
good
get new wizards too, because they might just be like kind of break pumping while hoping Kano LLs before they release any other wizards. It's like
gonna be a nice wizard.
well, I think we'd get an adult
next
Blaze.
Armory deck's gonna be Armory deck Kano.
Yeah, Armory deck Blaze probably is my guess.
Wow, that would be pretty
That
wild,
would make more
actually.
sense.
I think she would make a fine CC hero. Maybe she's a little too strong. I think she'd be pretty good though.
Be interesting.
Did this happen last week? My timeline's a little messed up because I've been out for so long, but did it happen last week when James White made an announcement in Japan about the next set of organized playthings?
No, I must have missed that. I'm not sure.
There was a Twitter post somewhere. Next year's budget is increased to $2 million in the total prize pool, and there's going to be like 3 callings a month or something like that.
Yes, they did increase the amount of callings, and I think the price pool went up $500,000.
Yeah, from 1.5 to 2.
So there's
That's
still a
pretty cool.
a awesome amount of growth in the organized play. They continue to inject events. I think they want to, and I think my hope is that they kind of started a little subdued, right? 3 or 4 years ago. They've been slowly building it up and trying to say, okay, if we're still selling out battle hardens, we're still filling up callings, then we'll keep adding more until they just start to stop filling up, right?
Right.
Because
I mean, too many.
I would go. I think if there was an event within an hour to 2 hour drive from me, like once a month, I would go to a major organized event every month. 2 to 3, 4 hour drive easily. It's like once you get past that, that's when it starts getting expensive, right? Because you have to maybe consider a plane ticket and stuff.
Yeah.
But
if there was an event in Atlanta every month, I'd be in Atlanta every month.
Yeah. And so there's still things to do. I know the Realm Rumble kind of fell through. They changed ownership, and the next owners never picked up the competitive part that they were trying to start. But I know AGE is still trying to expand. So I know there's some places getting interest about AGE. I think we might get a Southeast circuit soon. There's been talks.
That'd be neat. AGE is awesome. I love AGE.
Not sure if it'll be in Alabama, South Carolina, or Georgia, but it'll be around this area if we get it. So hopefully we get that. The grassroots events are really good for the health and longevity of the game. They also tend to be a bit more casual. You don't have your flesh and blood giants showing up and stomping these as often. So
you say that, but then the world tour points have kind of changed that a little bit, hasn't it?
Well, no, I mean AGE doesn't have any world tour points.
Oh, the AGE stuff.
Yeah.
So the grassroots
it's more
stuff.
just Brody might still make a surprise appearance in the Michaels. I
mean, if it's convenient.
I remember a while back somebody said that at your local PQ you weren't going to have to worry about Brody Spurlarks showing up and just absolutely stomping, and then somebody in BFE Canada said
some random rural place in Canada.
Sure, Brody Spurlarks showing up to his PQ. So I mean, you say that, but anything can happen, right?
Brody's around. He's ready to throw down. He just show up.
So are you guys planning on trying to do a PQ? I know we have a PQ mid month at Duluth and a PQ at the last weekend in Johns Creek. I think they're both classic constructed, but there is a mix of classic constructed and living legend for this season. So we do have I don't know if you've been following this, Donnie, but Worlds has no limited.
Yep, it's living legend and classic constructed.
Yeah, I saw that. Not sure how I feel about that, honestly.
I'm fine with it. I think Living Legend's in a pretty decent spot right now.
I just think the set looks really good, and going back and watching some limited, I think it's a real shame. I think it's a total miss.
I think they chose strategically that they wanted to try a Living Legend CC major event. And they said, okay, the set that we're a little worried about limited wise, we'll do it then. and this is the one they've chosen to do. So that's just how it is.
I mean, well, let's see. It's it's. I
like the set limited. I think it's a ton of fun. I've enjoyed every hero. I'm not sure who's my favorite. I think probably RKO is my favorite, but it'd be close with Tough Nut and Pleiades in second. I do not like Lyeth. I think he's a bad hero.
The 5 intellect hero is a bad hero.
Oh, dude, you play against the Montalishar, and when you click the EV per turn, and they're getting like 9 EV, and you go, man, they're getting less than 2 EV per card in hand. It's not good, man. It's just
on paper it seems like it would be really good, but it just doesn't translate that way.
I mean, sometimes cool things happen. Like they go like pump, and then do a bully tactics and intimidate 3 cards out of your hand. You go, God, I'm dead. Like, but also there's lots of times where you're like swinging into them with a bunch of on hits, and they're like, oh God, I drew a bunch of reds. I can't even activate my hero power without losing 2 cards from my hand, and all my stuff blocks for 1. Yeah, the pumps block for 1. So if you're running the pumps in the deck and you need to block, you are really, really bad at blocking without pitching into your hero power.
Can't wait to see how that actually shakes out. To answer your question, I just now, like literally just now, found out that there's going to be PQs coming up soon. So I'm going to have to actually look at what my schedule looks like and whether or not I'm going to be able to do any. I would love to. Because since the last time that you guys saw me, my brother has come home, and I've been able to get some games in at the kitchen table with him, and I'm trying to get him to work it out with his schedule at work to where he can come with me on Tuesdays. That way I can get back to my armory every week, and I can start bringing my brother, and I would love to be able to get to some PQs, because that was... I don't know if I've ever told you guys this, but that's how me and my brother grew up. That's what card games have kept us connected throughout our childhood, teenage, young adult, and adult lives. I mean, and when we found Flesh and Blood, it's the next thing that clicked for us, man. And I want to get back out to these games. I want to get back out to the store. I want to get back out and spend time with my friends and introduce you guys and everybody else to my brother again, and let him become a part of this community that I've absolutely fallen in love with and I've missed terribly for the last few months.
Community is incredible. I think Flesh and Blood like tripled my close friend group size, and if you think of like tertiary friend group, like doubled that size. So
there's a lot of good folks. I mean, there's a lot of people that you just go around and see at the events, and it's you really look forward to just going and hanging out and talking to them. If you've met them once or twice, I mean, like there's just something really neat about being there in the moment. But I definitely got to get to a PQ as well, because I'm not playing this deck out.
You never come to Armories. You're supposed to hang out with me this weekend, and you're just like, I ain't doing that either.
Well, I was
just gonna hide in my house.
Yeah,
you're like the stereotypical man when he gets like a cold, like, oh, I'm dead.
I aged like 50 years, and I was like, it's time to sleep. No, I need to. I mean, I've been really lazy. I don't need to bling the deck out. I just need to put the damn deck together. I mean, I'm only missing a few cards.
Maybe I know you don't, dude. You do. When are you like not doing something on the computer? You do raid on Wednesday, right? Is that what you?
Tuesdays, Thursdays is raid at 7 or at 9:30. But I mean, I work till 7:30, so I can't make armory. Wednesday's D&D.
So man, I can't come kick your door on Wednesday and make. I wanted to confirm. I can't come kick your door on Wednesday and make you like open cards with me. I have to wait till the weekend.
It would be Monday or Friday.
I'm going to Alabama this weekend probably to go to a PQ if you're free on Saturday.
If I have the cards together, sure. How far?
I can't. I think this one's Gravity Games. It's not that bad. It's an Alabama drive, so it's a couple hours, but
it's not that bad. It's like Tennessee, but yeah, I mean that's what I'm putting together. I'm putting together Marlin to play for PQ. I just need to get a Fable, and I'll just buy it if I need to.
Okay, you're actually gonna play Marlin at PQs? Is that?
Dude, she's so cool. Like
I was a big 5 main for a very long time. and then I've kind of put down my roots.
Okay. You make that joke, but I don't know if you're serious or not because I haven't actually seen you play a game or heard you make this joke in like 2 months.
Well, I played Azalea for a long time, and I
months.
really liked it. But I'm serious. Like I played Marlin. She feels fun. I play her all the time on Talishar. I ruin people's games. I put gigantic Kraken arrows and King Shark harpoons.
There's something that's new, by the way, and I don't know if you've realized this, but you know her new card, the one that says you get to go fish twice? Mm-hmm. The blue pump +2, go fish twice.
Yeah. Catch of the day.
Catch of the day. Did you know that they rule errated that to make they like release the rules for pipes for this? If you play 2 catch of the days, then the second catch of the day you play procs on both the original go fish and the secondary go fish. You go fish 4 times.
So you could take 4 attack actions out of their hand.
Yeah, so if you hit someone with a King Shark harpoon with double catch of the day attached to it, you get to take all 4 of their attack actions and get 4 gold.
You go fish twice, and then you go fish twice off of the...
Yes.
Okay.
It's a replacement effect trigger. So you go fish, and then you go fish twice. And then the other one would trigger, go fish, and go fish again.
And then you go fish again. Yeah. So they would have to reveal their
hands. You don't even
4
need to activate at that point. You don't even need to activate I guess no. You still need to activate harpoon because if they have a single non-attack action or non-attack card in their hand, they could just reveal that 4 times. But yeah,
no,
Marlin, she can be really disruptive.
I've been having a good time with the deck.
Before the pod, you showed us your really special new girl. I don't know if you've actually mentioned that.
That's my
on the cast.
Nope. I bought this beautiful 10 Marlin, the treasure hunter slab. I'm sold. I also bought a Crown of Dominion Marvel in 10 as well.
That's the other thing. Okay.
So I'm sold.
Her deck is double the cost of some decks with just the fables and equipment.
I'm missing 1 fable. There's my Eye and Tropple. I just need to get the Taya. Yeah. And I'm gonna slowly bling it out.
You gotta open
I know right here. I gotta open it up and find it.
We could have opened your fable today, but you said no.
Okay. Well, is there any reason why you can't open cards and play D&D?
No.
Is there any reason you can't do both at the same time?
No, there's not. I mean, I sometimes I put up cards on the market while I'm opening cards on D&D, but I mean, I might open it. Sometimes I just like to open a box and then I'm like done because I don't want to speed through it all. For me, it's like, oh, today sucked, and then I go home and I do my pack crack and I'm like, I want to open more, and so then I reach for a box of cards and I just open stuff for fun. But then when I open it, I have to put it on the damn market. So then I just have stacks of cards that I have to organize and put somewhere. And then I get mad because they just pile up. Like I've literally had a box of things to put up and I finally just got them on the market this weekend.
I have piles of commons and rares in a cardboard box next to me that I'm going to just throw in the trash can.
Under my bed is
sitting around my desk right now.
Yeah. I still need to go through your bad Dusk Till Dawn investment and pull my playset out of that and throw everything else away.
Whoa. There's nothing bad about it. It's all good stuff. I need a cold foil hammerhead harpoon thing.
I mean, 20 boxes of Dusk Till Dawn over here to say otherwise, because I don't remember opening anything of any significant value out there.
A lot of the Bolton chess pieces. A lot of Soulbound Resolves.
Woo!
Yeah, a lot of them. A lot of Soulbound Resolves. Not a lot.
Someday Bolton will be good.
Not a lot of Warmongers either. Okay. I don't think so. Not that good. But yeah, Marlin.
I mean, they keep giving him new cards, right? I mean, eventually there's going to come a tipping point.
Well, yeah,
but
for everybody.
We keep saying the same thing about Riptide too. So
they've only printed 2 brute sets, and Levia hasn't really gotten any better. So
but Levia wants shadow stuff. Levia's getting Monarch 3.
Yep, because Monarch 2 helped her a ton, right?
Maybe they were saving it for Monarch 3 because they want the Shadow to win. And then we get some weird warped Dark Prism and the whole fan base loses their mind.
Nah, there's going to be a new Leviah. That's what I'm calling.
We're going to get a light. We're going to get a light. We're going to get a light and Shadow Viscerai.
Yeah, I was going to say we're going to get some weird Viscerai, like split.
Yeah, we'll get another
thing.
Shadow Runeblade and a new Light Warrior.
He's gonna purge himself out. I don't know. There's gonna be some weird stuff though. Monarch 3 is gonna be a weird time, and I hope they.
Do we know for sure? Sorry, go ahead.
No, I just spitballing.
Do we know for sure that Monarch 3 is going to be the first set of 2026, or do we just know that it's going to be in 2026?
We will know probably at Worlds because they will. Yeah. I'm sure they are going to let us know what the Monarch 3 date is. Whether it's the next set or the set after, they'll probably go ahead and spoil when it is during the next year.
I think we're gonna know a lot at Worlds about the next coming sets.
Always.
Okay. A lot of wizard action coming.
So I think next week,
Return of New.
Next week, hopefully we'll have a little bit of PQ story time to go over, and some stats for the first week of PQ. I really think that's one of the best ways to evaluate how good a set is. Like, how do the heroes perform at ProQuest events? Mm-hmm. So that's what we'll talk about next week. Yep.
That's right. And I'll show up on Sunday at the very least and play some Marlin and Paper because I really want to play this deck. I hate it on Talishar, dude. It's just got too many damn triggers. Dude, it takes so long to do 3 of a kind on Talishar. It's like, I don't want to load anything else. Leave me alone.
Cool.
Oh, man. That deck is so fun. All right. It's you that takes us out. I'm the one that usually does this. You got to ask me these hard-hitting questions, like, where can everybody find you?
Oh, yeah.
I knew you were going to put him on the spot.
Yeah, that's a thing that I do regularly and can totally remember off the top of my head. Was that all we had, though? Was that everything?
I think so. I mean, new set. We had a calling, and we have ProQuest coming up.
Oh, and Syndra 1, if you guys didn't catch the drift. Syndra 1. Syndra's still a very good deck. Gotta watch out for your local ninja. She's wild.
Yeah, Syndra picked up some LL points. Well deserved.
Good deck. Okay. Really good.
Well, in that case, Noah, where can everybody find you, buddy?
You can find these hands right after this pod, opening up a pack of cards. Super Slam's the current box. It's been pretty fun so far. So I'll be doing the pack cracks, and you can find me at Big Max Fab on Twitter, at Big Max on Blue Sky.
All right, Thomas?
You can find me at Wet the System Fab on Twitter and Wet the System on Discord. I am currently grinding and testing RKO and probably need to, prep for my top 8 games with Dash.io.
And ProQuest.
And PQs. And I am still Draco Hominis 87 everywhere social media is sold. You can find me. I deleted my Blue Sky. I never got on there, but I'm still on Twitter. Anytime you see Siblings and Cardboard in a stream, it's probably me, so feel free to say hey.
Or is it?
Otherwise,
yeah, it's me. I accidentally forgot to switch my account.
I literally just leave my account on the channel's account all the time. So that's why all the weird crap shows up. Anyway.
Hey, me too.
Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us, everybody. We hope you enjoyed catching up with us this week. And if you did, subscribe or follow depending on where you found us to catch us again next time. Until then, take care of yourselves and remember, we are all siblings in cardboard.
We talked about how much Pummel went up, right? So it's going to be at your local PQ because that's where Pummel has the most impact. There's going to be tons of people sitting across from you playing Guardians, throwing Pummels, and you have to discard your cards. I'm going to remember my Go Fish triggers. Are you going to remember to discard your cards? That's right. Read the cards.
It's been 2 years.
We're going to keep doing it.
You could
been
pummel
99 episodes of
this. You could pummel your harpoon.
You can pummel my heart. Pummel that harpoon. If we ever get merchandise shirts, it'll say discard your cards on it. I promise. You'll see it.
Yeah.
Right there. On my back.
Good night, everybody.